the Empire State Building.
Gentlemen, hello. Good to see everybody.
Hello.
All right.
Hi, Garrett.
Let's talk about the magic behind adult animation. For you, what do you think the secret sauce is that attracts so many adults to a show like Human Resources and Big Mouth and Family Guy? Is it the fact that they grew up loving animation and wanted something that they can still enjoy but also get some adult humor from? What do you think it is? Randall, we'll start with you.
Gosh, I think there is something to that. Like, I'm at an age where, when I was growing up, cartoons were for kids,
Right?
Or animation was for kids, and I think that as adults, we just have this. I don't know. There's a nostalgia thing about animation, so to kind of be a kid again a little bit, when you watch it, but then to have very adult things like in our show mixed into that. I don't know. It just does something. It just does something to our minds that makes it very intoxicating.
As we only grow up to learn that Disney has been doing it to us our whole lives, and we didn't even know they were flashing things right before us. Brandon, what is it for you? What do you think it is? What's in that secret sauce that attracts people to shows like yours and just in general with adult animation?
I think it's soothing for your inner child. Same as Randall was saying, there's something nostalgic about it. You grew up on cartoons, but it now matures with your sensibilities. So now we're telling dick jokes, which is far more than talking about how to have nice manners. So I think it still soothes that inner child that is now grown.
Now, for both of you, do you guys? I have my own Mount Rushmore, but do you have your own Mount Rushmore of adult animation? For me, it's Simpsons, Family Guy, South Park, and Big Mouth.
Definitely Big Mouth, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm also a fan of Bob's Burgers.
You're right.
Yes.
My jam. And Midnight Gospel was also a really dope one as well.
Oh yeah, I love that show. I would say Big Mouth for sure. That's probably and before I even had anything to do with Human Resources, I was such a huge fan of Big Mouth. And then The Simpsons. Yeah, those two.
Now, for you guys, based off of the show, looking at the current climate of just everything pop culture, what celebrities do you think the hormones that you could be in a certain celebrity, like a Pete Davidson right now? What would the hormone that you guys would portray in Pete Davidson?
The hormones of Pete Davidson.
I mean, would it be sadness? Would it be?
You mean One Monster?
Yeah.
He seems pretty happy. He seems to be killing it. He seems to be thriving. Yeah. So a thriving hormone monster, I think, is what.
Thriving hormone monster. You could have created something right there new for next season too. So you never know.
Yeah. I think Pete Davidson. I think all of his monsters are working just fine.
Very well.
Yeah.
All right. So with the first season too, I mean, do you look at something like The Simpsons and go, hey, that would be the ultimate goal, to just have Human Resources on for the next 20 plus years on Netflix, living until way past we're all here?
That terrifies me. That's a lot of commitment.
Not a long-term commitment there.
That's a long-term commitment, but that would be exciting and cool and awesome to still be doing this in 20 something years.
It's weird to say, but there is the possibility though.
Yes. It does make my core shake a little bit though. So
these monsters, they don't age, they just keep going. So
right, exactly.
It would kind of make sense,
And congratulations on Blockbuster too. I'm very excited to see once that comes out too. I mean, we all have our Blockbuster stories of going after school on Friday, and so will we be getting that sooner than later?
I don't know. I'm in Vancouver right now, and we're going to start production on it, and I'm not sure when it'll come out, but I'm very excited.
Yeah, I remember the days of going there on Friday right after school into a Blockbuster and not getting the video game that I wanted because it was all out because everyone ran there. So,
Oh
thank
gosh, video games. My era of Blockbuster was before even video games, when it was just movies. That's when I used to go. Just movies.
and then there's Netflix. So there's the irony
Yeah.
of you being on it as well too. So,
Yeah,
gentlemen,
yeah.
congratulations on Human Resources, and hopefully we get to do this more than 20 more times in the next 20 years. So,
Yeah, we'll see you in 20 years.
Yeah.
don't laugh when this happens. I'm telling you, Brandon. Guys, first off, big fan, congratulations. Nick, for you, does this feel like you know you're watching your kids grow up with the spinoff?
Yeah, and I'll just say being on Z100 is a bigger deal than any of it. I grew up in New York and Westchester, and like you know, that's the biggest deal to me for the day is being on Z100.
well, let me kiss your butt a little bit more. I loved you hosting, filling in for Jimmy Kimmel a couple months ago. So
thank you very much. I appreciate it. I was not as big a fan as Jimmy Kimmel as I was at Z100, so this is a much bigger deal for me. I'll just reiterate that.
Thank you.
But yes, it's amazing to be doing a spinoff of Big Mouth in Human Resources. It's like it's you're lucky enough to get one show going, but to have a show then be born out of that show is incredibly. It's really very exciting and rare. So I appreciate it.
Now, David and Nick, for you as well, what do you think it is about the magic? What do you think the magic sauce is about adult animation that people just get attracted to? Is it the fact that they love animation as children, but they want something that they can enjoy as well, where they're not, singing Baby Shark constantly, or what?
I guess so. I mean, it's for me also. It came from watching when my daughter's now 16, but watching all the new Pixar films that were for kids, obviously, but I was constantly taken to the cinema and really appreciated the idea that there were actually also lots of jokes in there and emotions in there for adults, and realizing that animation could be aimed at adults. There are probably lots of this kind of thing. I mean, I'm a Beavis and Butthead, obviously, in The Simpsons before that, but for me, I got much more into animation and realizing that animation was such a great form of entertainment, because you take such time to write it. It's I think to go ahead and animate something, you have to make sure that the script is pretty damn good beforehand, and I think that's what's so that care that's taken is passed over into adult animation, I think.
Yeah, I would agree, and I would add it sometimes it's easier to be able to express something with a cartoon that it would be harder for people to watch a live action people experience. And so I agree with David. There's room for big, hard jokes, but there's also room for really kind of depthful storytelling that allows for really complicated emotions and issues to find a voice and home that has been the most exciting for me as a creator.
Now, is there any celebrity that is off the table, or is everyone fair game in this season?
Well, I mean, the crazy thing is the people that we've assembled to be on the show are insane, and I can't remember who we're allowed to announce when this comes out, but like I will just say we have many more Oscar winners and nominees than we have a right to, based on the amount of penis jokes that are involved in this show. And I would just say,
who doesn't love both? I mean,
yeah, but I would say there's no one's the truth is no subject is off limits,
right,
which has been the most exciting thing in all ways, in making very funny, big, crazy jokes, but also telling really, I think, like very real, deep, emotional human stories.
Now, do we have to get clearance if we insult people sometimes? Do you have to get legal advice on that?
I don't know. We're too late in the process at this point. we're too far down the road.
Like in the Bad Mother song that I do, I list a number of bad mothers.
I think this is a good time to say, this is a good time for you to know, David, you are personally and legally responsible for that. You should have read your contract a little closer.
This is why I'm asking on TV.
Yeah, start the GoFundMe for the legal fund right now too. But seeing like headlines of Pete Davidson and Kanye, does it make you go, I wish I just had one more episode in me for this season, or do you just start looking forward to season 2?
The truth is, art, to be totally honest, animation takes such a long time for us to make.
Right.
This is a year and a half old, so we stay away from pretty current and topical stuff because, if we wrote a Pete Davidson and Kanye joke, it wouldn't come out for a year and a half, and by that point, they're going to be
look
running.
Stupid, even though you just
well, no, they'll be running for president and vice president together, and don't want to mess with the powerful.
All right, before I guys let you go, I wanted to get your Mount Rushmore of adult animation.
Oh,
for me, it's you guys. It's Big Mouth, it's The Simpsons, Family Guy, and South Park. Those are my 4.
wow, that's high praise.
I know you, David, you said Beavis and Butthead, so I mean that could be one. But do you guys have your own personal Mount Rushmore of adult animation?
What was the other one set in Texas? I used to really like
King of the Hill.
King of the Hill. I really love that.
Yeah. I mean, you could just make a Mount Rushmore of Mike Judge, truly, between with Beavis and Butthead and King of the Hill, and I mean maybe, and then maybe just him. No, I mean I don't disagree. It's hard to choose. I mean, I definitely, The Simpsons was so important to me, but I also loved like Animaniacs. There's like shows that are younger, not necessarily adult animation, but that were really playing with, as you're talking about, self-referential pop culture things in really elevated ways that were very influential on me. And I go back, Louis Anderson, who just passed away. Louis had an animated show when I was a kid. Howie Mandel had an animated show, and it was weirdly helpful in an autobiographical sense. And now there's, I mean, you look at there's Rick and Morty and Bob's Burgers. It's such a rich time for adult animation. Feel very lucky to be in the mix of it all.
Gentlemen, congratulations. It was a pleasure. And as I'm being told in my chat, I need to go.
Love Z100.
From the top of the Empire State Building.
Z100.